Welcome to the news blog, the daily news blog for today is Wednesday, the 12th of April. Hit the subscribe and the like button and the turn notifications on to get notifications of our news, sports, weather blog, or any other kind of blog that we blog. Today's top stories are, here's why Easter is bad for bunnies. I screwed up. Seen Spencer apologize for Holocaust comments. Science just figured out why your shoelaces keep coming undone. 8-year-old drives younger sister to McDonald's after craving a burger. And your trending stories for today that we are going to read today. Drew Peterson reportedly attacked in prison. Almost every part of this sentence from Donald Trump is false. Donald Trump just keeps saying things that aren't true, reported by CNN. How difficult would it be to impeach Donald Trump? Here's what the White House's 28-word readout of Trump's call of China's XI. First, we're going to read you the story. 8-year-old drives younger sister to McDonald's after craving a burger. An 8-year-old Ohio boy wanted a cheeseburger so badly he got behind the wheel of his dad's van and took matters into his own hands, police said. The boy said it was simple. He just watched some YouTube videos on how to drive a car. According to investigators, before long, they said he was chauffeured his sister effortlessly to McDonald's a half mile from his East Palestine home while his parents were sleeping. Okay? If my kids did that, they'd be in deep trouble. They could come wake me up and I'd go to McDonald's. That's why I never leave my keys out where my kids can reach them. They're 14, 12, and I will never leave my keys out where they can reach them. Witnesses said the 8-year-old boy obeyed all traffic laws, like making sure to stop properly at red lights, waiting for traffic to pass before taking a left turn, and staying within the speed limits. Fox 5 reported that. When the two siblings pulled up through the drive-thru window with the piggy bank money in tow, the McDonald's workers were convinced this was all a prank. The workers thought the parents were in the back, but obviously they weren't. Responding patrolman Jacob Kohler told the news firm. When confronted by police, the boy realized he had done something wrong and told Kohler through tears that he just really wanted a cheeseburger, according to the Wheaton Daily Times. The children did get to eat McDonald's while they waited for their grandparents to pick them up. No charges are being filed. The cops are being nice. I appreciate the cops being nice on that one. Also, I was reading here, North Carolina McDonald's drive-thru allegedly got hacked. I don't know what day it is. Okay, here it is. This was back in December 2016. A few customers at the New Bern, North Carolina McDonald's received more than just a standard greeting after ordering at the drive-thru window on Sunday, and they weren't exactly loving it. A video incident captured by one customer voice could be heard over the intercom, making some pretty unsavory statements. The alleged hacker said, I'm actually on a toilet right now, and I'm just going to serve you your food. I'm not even going to wash my hands. I'm trying to get some special sauce out right now. After problem, you know what? Just pull forward because I'm going to give you whatever the fuck I feel like giving you. A McDonald's employee told the franchise owner the system wires frequency had been hacked. The owner released a statement saying that he is investigating this matter with the help of the New Bern police. In addition, we're taking steps to prevent the isolated incident from happening again, as local owners are our biggest priority as our customers and community. And we want to ensure that every experience at our restaurant is a positive one. The original video has been shared more than 38,000 times. 38,000 times. That's a lot to share that story. Next on the news story, why is Easter bad for rabbits? Why is Easter bad for rabbits? I don't know that story. Widespread misunderstanding of domestic rabbits has made them one of the most abandoned pets in the United States. It's sad knowing a rabbit's being abandoned, that they buy it for this kid for Easter, then it gets abandoned. That's just bad. It's a Saturday before Easter weekend at the Petland in Fairfax, Virginia. 16 baby bunnies sit in 3 open pens, all for sale. Two teenage girls reach into the pen, scoop one up, and plump one down the floor, squealing over its cuteness. I need it. The rabbits are very young. No adult rabbits are for sale here. What happens to the babies who grow up before they're sold? I ask the salesman. The breeder picks them up, he says. Well, they don't know. They probably go for meat rabbits. Rabbits are the 3rd most popular pet in America after cats and dogs. Cats were the number one most important animal of all. According to the Humane Society of the United States, and the 3rd most abandoned is the rabbit. Most Americans have a sense of how long cats and dogs live, the kind of care they need, their behaviors. But rabbits, I asked over my college how long do they think domestic rabbits live? 1, 2 years, maybe 3. In fact, with proper care, a rabbit can live 10 to 12 years. People's understanding of them seems to be out of step. The disconnect appears to drive impulse pet rabbit purchases. Rabbits are stinky if you keep them inside as a pet. Rabbits can be potty trained, litter box trained. They are also prey animals. We're all predators. They generally don't like to be picked up by humans. They prefer to be in control, their feet on the ground. It takes a patient person to become friends with these silent and subtle animals. Rabbits' complexity means they are often face a grim fate when purchased on a whim, seemingly cute and cuddly. Once baby bunnies mature at between 3 to 6 months old, they become aggressive and even destructive. Proper exercise, litter box training, and spaying or neutering curbs the problems for most rabbits. But many new owners assume that the undesirable behaviors are a sign of a problem rabbit and get rid of it. Others do small research on it. What do you mean I have to spend $200 to fix a $30 rabbit? It's unclear how many rabbits are abandoned in this state and how many Easter bunnies. They typically lump rabbits in with birds, reptiles, and small mammals in other categories. Rescuers in a local rabbit shelter in California's Bay Area to rural Georgia to suburban Connecticut all tell that although abandonments spike in the weeks and months after Easter, they're a big problem year-round. According to that, about 2/3 of the rabbits rescued in Northern California are strays left to fend for themselves. In some cities, Las Vegas, Spokane, for example, public parks, empty lots have become dumping grounds overrun by hundreds of unfixed and unwanted rabbits. People abandon many rabbits outdoors, likely aware that this is a death sentence. Domestic rabbits lack the survival instincts of their wild cousins and are unable to fight infection, build safe shelters, or adapt to heat and cold. Shelters struggle to keep up. The Georgia Rabbit Sanctuary gets more than 500 requests a year from owners looking to get rid of rabbits. 500, that's a lot. That's sad. Far more than they have resources to save these rabbits. They believe many rabbits are ditched outside in Georgia. It's just not pet stores, farm stores, 4-H clubs, backyard breeders, and Facebook and Craigslist users across the country advertise baby bunnies ahead of Easter season. Suzanne Holtz, director of Illinois-based Bunnies United Network, says these sellers can even be more problematic than pet stores because rabbits often have a misplaced halo of rescue. about them. Her shelter will get calls from people looking to surrender a bunny they saved from Craigslist, where selling animals is banned, but people do it anyway. It is a challenge to discourage people from buying rabbits as Easter gifts, because they would be owners from having them at all. Because those who understand to care for them, they make fantastic pets, but they can be problematic at some times. I know I have rescued 2 rabbits of my own. They was found abandoned in a small cage in a park. The rabbit was curious, fearless, and loving. So, why do our shoes keep coming untied? Why? Why do shoelaces come undone as soon as they get tied? It turns out the answer may be more than poor tying. Medical engineers at the University of California, Berkeley found that the force of a foot on the ground, along with the force of a swinging or walking leg combination, unite, untie even the best of knots. The first force relaxes the knot. The second pulls at the laces. The experts used a slow motion camera in their experiments to figure out the science behind the problem. A colleague filmed the study's co-author running on a treadmill to work out what happened once she tied up her laces. To untie my knots, I pull on the free end of the bow, and it comes undone. The experiment was conducted using a variety of laces, which all suffered from the same issue. This is the first step towards understanding why certain knots are better than others. So, it's just the force of you moving your legs, which is causing the shoestrings to come untied. Another one here. A couple more here for you guys. And we'll call it an evening, a day, and we'll be back this evening with more. Or I might just do it all. Owens, Zayn, Charlotte, and others moved to the blue brand on WWE. While a few high-profile superstars moved to Raw from SmackDown, SmackDown gained some pretty good names as well last night during the 2 of the superstar shakeups. Moving to the blue brand are United States Champion Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Charlotte, Tamira, all 3 members of the New Day, Rusev, Lana, and Jinder Mahal, Sin Cara, and the Shining Stars. This means a total of 13 superstars moved to SmackDown, while 11 moved to Raw. Owens, Zayn, Charlotte, Rusev, and Lana are the biggest names acquired for SmackDown after losing superstars as The Miz, Maurice, Dean Ambrose's girlfriend, Bray Wyatt, and Alexa Dean Ambrose and his Intercontinental title switched over to Monday Night Raw. Reportedly, Renee Young and Dean Ambrose tied the knot. WWE's Renee Young announced that she and Intercontinental Dean Ambrose are now married. Marriage is nice. Thanks for all the love, she wrote on her Twitter. The two has been dating since 2013 and have been living together in Las Vegas, Nevada, where Ambrose has his house. Both Renee and Dean were added to the season 6 of Total Divas. Dolph Ziggler took a swipe at Renee last night on Talking Smack after he was introduced and walked in eating an apple. "What, you got an apple in your hand?" asked Renee. "Yeah, what's in your hand?" "What's on your finger?" replied Ziggler. Renee then hit her left hand and said, "Nothing." Kevin Owens, who joined the show later, also decided to have some fun with Renee and said, "Congratulations." She pretended that she didn't know why he was saying that. "I don't think we're talking about that," said Shane. Who is sitting next to Renee? "I'm talking about it." "What are you going to do if I talk about it?" replied Owens. Congratulations to the newlyweds, Dean Ambrose and Renee Young. John Cena proposed to Nikki Bella over the WrestleMania weekend. He got on his hands and knees in front of everybody, all of his fans. Sorry, folks, I had to take a drink. He got on his hands and knees and proposed to her in the middle of the ring. This day in wrestling history, 37 years ago today in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the Wild Samoans defeated Ivan Pataska and Tito Santana to win the WWF Tag Team Championships. 30 years ago today, Michael Brett Atkinson, best known to wrestling fans as Mike Vaughn, dies of an intentional overdose of a tranquilizing medication and alcohol. He was only 23 years old. A few days prior to his death, Michael was arrested on drunk driving and drug charges. The previous summer, he suffered a head injury from an auto accident in which his vehicle overturned. Prior to his death, Mike left a suicide note for his family, then went to Lake Dallas, overdosed, wrapped himself up in a sleeping bag. Mike, at the time of his death, was 1/3 of the World Class Championship Wrestling 6-man tag championships. With his brothers Kevin and Lance, Les was not legitimately related to Michael and Kevin. It would be the beginning of a tragic period for the Von Erch family. Over the next 6 years, 2 more of the Von Erches would take their own lives. Chris in 1991 and Carrie in 1993. 23 years ago today, WWE taped the 400th episode of Wrestling Challenge from the War Memorial Auditorium in Rochester, New York. Lex Luger defeated Tony D'Avato via submission. Jeff Jarrett defeated John Paul. The 1-2-3 Kid defeated Quad. Okay. 20 years ago today, New Japan Wrestling Battle Formation 97. Rakiki Koshi and defeated, I can't pronounce these names, in the show's main event. 18 years ago today on Raw is War from Detroit, Michigan. The Godfather defeated Goldust to win the championship, Intercontinental Championship. The show is best remembered for The Rock beating the WWE champion Stone Cold Steve Austin off a bridge and tossing Austin's custom Smoky Skull Championship belt off the bridge and into the Detroit River. Just over a year prior, Austin tossed The Rock's Intercontinental Championship belt off the bridge. 14 years ago today in Philly, the B-Boys defeated Sonjay Dutt to win the 2003 CZW Best of Best tournament. 7 years ago at the Raw taping in Cardiff, Wales, Eva Torres defeated Maurice to win the WWE Divas Championship. 6 years ago today at a SmackDown taping in Albany, New York, Christian last eliminated Jack Swagger to win a 20-man battle royal for the right to challenge Alberto Del Parton for the vacated World Heavyweight Championship at Extreme Rules. Other participants in alphabetical order were Brodus Clay, Chavo Guerrero, Chris Masters, Cody Rhodes, Kurt Hawkins, Drew McIntyre, Ezekiel Jackson, Heath Slater, JTG, Justin Gabriel, Kane, Kofi Kingston, Rey Mysterio, The Big Show,